Okay, the first thing you have to think about is water. How am I going to get water? Now you can use like a jerry can or something like that and just stick the pump into it. I have gone a little overboard. I put a 40-gallon roto-molded tank back there, but you can see it really doesn't take up that much room. It sits in the middle of the Jeep, so it doesn't slosh around, or it sloshes around, but it doesn't, you can't really feel it. And then I can put all kinds of stuff in the bed still. There's plenty of room to put the cooler and bikes and all that kind of stuff. And then this roto-molded tank, it has a vent hose so it can vent the air. It's got a fill hose. You can just hook up a garden hose too, or any hose, and fill the water up. So I usually fill it up at home. And then you can see at the bottom, it's got the next hose that comes into the Joolca pump. This is a DC pump that Joolca includes with the kit. It's got the in and the out, so it's taking water from that roto-molded tank through this pump and into the heater, which I'll show you in a second. And then I've got a couple options back here. Right now I've got the Blue Eddy, the little Blue Eddy out here, and it's got a nice DC out, and so that's where the pump plugs into. And you can see the red light on here tells us that the pump is active. But I also have power in the back of the Jeep that I've run, so I've got a DC 12 volt right here that I can use if I want to just run it off the Jeep battery. So I can do that as well. But I like just putting this little guy here, it works great, and just turn on the DC power. Okay, I've also got the propane tank here. It's mounted, and I've got the high lift jack down here that the propane tank, it's perfect. It sits on that high lift jack mount, or on the jack itself, and then I've attached a strap, and that's coming into it's just bolted in. It can be detached, but it's bolted into the rack. This is the Lightner rack that I'm running on the Gladiator. So that's where the propane tank comes in. And I leave it attached while we're camping. It doesn't wiggle out. Haven't had any problems. And then I've attached the gas line from the Joolca to this, and I also have a splitter on here so I can also split out to the scuttle, which is actually right here, for cooking and things like that on the back. So just trying to make it easy. And then I've plumbed it in. So let's take a look at the Joolca. So if you're not familiar with this, this is the Joolca HotTap. This is an instant hot water heater, and I've mounted it to one of the Lightner plates. So you can see the Lightner plate right here. You can just get these from Lightner. I had to drill some mounting holes, and then Joolca came out with a, you can see it right here, it's a mounting plate. And so it's made for this HotTap to bolt onto. It's very secure, bounce around. And then you've got the controls here. This is how hot you want it, and this is the water pressure basically. And one of the tips here with the Joolca that I've noticed is, in order to get it to fire up, it has some DC batteries right here. And take these out if you want to preserve the batteries. Just put them in your shower bag or whatever. But anyway, so those are the batteries that fire up the heater. And you want to turn it down as low as possible, and you'll hear it click on. And then once you do that, you can adjust it, and I've kind of got it dialed in. But the more water pressure that you increase, the more volume of water, sometimes it won't fire up and get going. So I just leave it pretty minimal, and then start the fire, and then just tap it up very gently, and you'll see the temperature readout right here of how hot the water is, and it'll get hot really quick. Also, in the mornings when it's cold, I will fire this thing up and just get it primed a little bit. So I'll get the heater going and get some hot water coming out before I get in the shower to take my shower, so it's not cold water coming out waiting for it to warm up while I'm freezing to death. Okay, and then this is where the gas comes in. It's very simple. So this is just plumbed into the propane tank. This is the hot water out, and I'll show you how that goes. And then this is the cold water in. So that's coming from the pump into there, okay? So those are the three pieces right there. Very simple, color-coded, very smart. And then also Joolca came out with this cover, which I love. So the cover just zips around and then protects it from dust and other things that might get in the way. And it doesn't really stick out that far on the Jeep. It's not even as far as the awnings and things that I've got on here. So that's how that goes, and that's mounted, hard mounted in there. I can remove it easily, but that's where it's at. And then this is the hot water line coming out, and Joolca provides all of this, and it's coming over here to the drop tent, which is a zero declination drop tent. We use this for bathroom as well as shower. Okay, so it just unzips. There's a variety of these drop tents. I just love this brand, Zero Declination. It works great, super easy, super fast to set up, put away. And then I'll step in the shower. I've got the Joolca. This is where you turn it on and off. So if I turn it on, you hear the pump go, you can hear the fire go, and then the water will start coming out of the shower, okay? And then you turn it off. So it's really nice. You have a hand control to turn it on and off, so you can turn it on, get wet, soap, turn it off, conserve water, turn it back on, rinse, that kind of thing. And then I've got my scrubby and soap and all that right here in this pocket in the drop tent, and there's plenty of room in here to shower. And then the other kind of pro tip I'll tell you that's worked really well is I just got this blue tarp at Home Depot, and I'm using it as a shower pan so that I'm not standing on the gravel or dirt. But then once I'm done with the shower, you just peel back a layer and then you have a dry floor. So while you're drying off, putting on your clothes, all that sort of stuff, you've got a dry floor to stand on versus the wet floor. And then I can kind of direct the water as well with the tarp so that it's not just running everywhere and standing in mud. So that works really well. And that is basically it. So I'll show you some more shots of this kind of all packed up so you can see how it packs up or unpacks and that sort of thing. But it's, once I plumbed it in and got it all square, it is really a fast setup, which is what I wanted, to do that and be able to have a quick shower and then put it away. So there you go. All right, I'll show you some more shots here in a bit of it all packed up. Okay, let's put away the shower and I'll show you how this works. So got the tarp down here, so I'll just pull that out and you'll notice it'll allow me to drain the water off wherever I want it to. So if I'm trying to keep it from being muddy around the vehicle, I can just gently slide it out and move it. I can unfold that and put it in the sun, let it dry out, and then I can pack it up. And I have a Home Depot bucket that I just put the shower stuff in. Also, I can just grab the soap and the scrubby out of here and put those in the shower bucket as well. So just pull those out. Now I'll just pull the hose out. So I'll just lift this out. Just like so, and then I can just wind it up and put it in the back of the Jeep. While I'm back here, I'll just go ahead and unplug this. Now, what I've noticed is this can get some rust and corrosion on it, so I'm no longer just leaving it in the back of the Jeep. I'll unplug this from the pump, which is right here, and it just unplugs, and then I'll put that inside the Jeep or store it somewhere. Okay, and then really we want to make sure that the gas is turned off. Don't forget that. I'll turn the propane off right there, and then we can zip up the cover on the HotTap itself and cover that up. Okay, and then I'll put away the drop tent. So it's very easy. These arms just swing in like that, and you'll notice it basically folds itself up down here at the bottom. I'll swing in the top arm, and then you just roll it up from the bottom and it clips in to the locks and close the cover. Okay, so I just rolled it up from the bottom to the top. Very easy, and it has these two clips that hold it in place. You can take these straps on the sides and pull them in like that if you want to, or just zip them into the bag. And I do like the bag on this. It's big, it's tough, right? And it's got nice zippers. I've never had it get stuck. It's got two, one from either side. And again, this is the Zero Declination drop tent. So then just zip it up and you're good to go. Pretty easy. One other thing you might want to ask is, wow, you brought 40 gallons of water, like how many showers is that? So we're on shower number 7, and there's still about a third of the tank left. So you're using probably 3 to 4 gallons of the water per shower, and it just depends on how conservative you are. So again, I'll turn the shower on, get plenty wet, then I'll turn it off, apply the soap, scrub it in, turn it back on and rinse, and there's your 3.5 to 4 gallons of water. Okay, I've zipped the cover back on the Joolca, and what I like about this, it's really rubbery and tough. So it's a very good cover. Thing I don't like about it though is that I had to kind of come in here and modify it. I had to cut it with a razor and just so this stuff could stay plumbed in. I mean, they didn't design it to do that, so I just modified it so it would do it. So you can see how that works there, but now I don't have to unpack or pack it. And I also like mounting it on the outside like I did with the Lightner rack, because it doesn't take up any room. I don't have to put this in a box. It's on here securely. It's not going to bounce loose. It doesn't even rattle. And it's nice cover, so anything that might come loose is going to fall on the cover, and that's going to protect it from dust and sand and anything out on the trail. So really like this setup, and makes it very efficient, and it's super compact, and I can leave it all plumbed in and organized so I can take quick showers and don't have to spend a lot of time setting this up. All right, well, definitely hit me in the comments or ask me any questions about this setup, and yeah, pretty cool. Thanks for watching.